So, what's a good voice level to keep while speaking in front of an audience?
Hmm, that's interesting. Okay, what is what is a good voice level to keep? Now, I don't want people to assume that that means that you have to keep the same exact voice level the entire time because we want to avoid monotony. You ever find, now these circumstances do arise on occasion. Let's say you're let's say you're starting high school and you've got the principal comes up. He's like, "Hey everybody, how's it going? Yeah, I'm your pal. I'm Mr. Jones. I'm a cool I'm a cool principal." And then the vice principal comes up. He's like, "You will report at 9 o'clock. Absence will not be tolerated. Please keep your shoes done up and your shirt tucked in." So there's always somebody who has a very monotonous voice. So we have to avoid that at all costs because I we've all sat through people who speak like this, and this is the way they give their speech, and this is the way they read the data. And when they are going over the PowerPoint presentations, they say, "Okay, on slide 1, we are going to do this. On slide 2." This is unbearable. This is painful to listen to. Okay, so please avoid monotony at all costs. I'm going to put it in red. Avoid monotony. Now, that does not mean, at the same time, we don't want to become too not, what's the best word? Not too much modulation either, because that can become very annoying as well. Now, we've heard people like that too. "Hey, everybody, what are we going to do?" "Well, we're going to have a meeting." "Okay, so listen, let's all do this. Now, let's go." It's like you feel like you're at a ball game or something. So you don't want that much rah, 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 rah. So you don't want to be going up and down, up and down. You're not performing an opera, you're giving a proper business speech, right? So what we have to look at, part of this environment. Okay, now there are different settings. Now, with the different settings that we keep in mind, we'll have to look at two things. One, intonation. Two, inflection. Okay, now these have slightly variant meanings when it comes to speaking. Their terms and grammar are somewhat different, but let me just say that intonation, the root word is tone. Okay, so that's the tone of voice. Okay, so let's just sort of subdefine that as the amount of volume and power in your voice depending on your setting. Okay, now I hope that excuse me, I hope I can make that clear. So there's all manner of speaking environments. There are there are business meetings. There are large audience meetings. There are one-on-one. I mean, that's private, but it's still business. There are weddings. There are, I'm supposed to have an autocorrect. There are weddings, there are retirement parties, there are bar mitzvahs, there are Diwali celebrations, there are any manner, there are birthday parties, there are bachelor parties. There are any manner of less formal public gatherings as well. There are people, a lot of my students read in church. In fact, a lot of my students have taken the courses with local masters so that they feel more confident to read in church and other religious foundations. So there are different settings, different environments in which you speak. Okay, so you're not going to go to a kid's birthday party and speak with a very official way of speaking. And you're not going to go to a meeting of shareholders who are not happy with you and say, hey, everybody, are we having a good time? So we have to understand a lot of the intonation and inflection depends on what we're doing. So imagine the setting, okay? That could probably help you. Imagine the setting. Imagine who is there. And of course, imagine what is your material. Okay, so if you can sort of nail those three things, the setting, the audience, and the speech you're giving. Okay, so to answer the question in simple terms is be audible based on the venue. Okay, you don't want to yell in a small space. You don't want to mumble in a large space. Obviously, you're going to have a microphone most of the time, but not all the time. Okay, so use the mic, project less. No mic, project more. But do not yell. Okay? Now, I hate to break it to you, but if there's a setting in which you have to speak and you're uncomfortable and you speak too softly and you're really nervous and you don't want to be, you don't want to yell, you can't yell, you're not capable of it, you're really soft speaking, perhaps somebody else should give the speech. Okay, because if you've got no microphone and you're a really soft speaker, then you need a little bit more than local masters. You need to be able to learn to project. You need to be able to learn to speak with a certain depth, a certain ballast, a certain volume in your voice so that you can reach any room that you need to reach. Okay, so I hope that helps. The second thing I want to look at here real quick is inflection. Now, if intonation is the tone of voice, the volume, the power in your voice, inflection is best described as the meaning in the words. Okay, now this is important. I teach this to my students because we all tend to, nerves affect inflection. All right, so with this, let me sort of narrow this down into some parameters. Let me give you some definitions here. So inflection has there's two aspects to it. Two aspects to. I would love to get through one sentence with everything getting spelled properly. Aspects. There you go. Okay, two aspects of inflection. There is the meaning. There is the intention. Okay, so three kinds of sentence in English, at least, possibly every language. Okay, one, question. Two, statement. Three, command. Now, with the question, the statement, and the command, people often think command means yelling at someone, sit down. It's not like that at all. Command is basically, well, let me go in order here. Question, how do we know if it's a question? How does our ear identify the question? Something goes up. Now, not necessarily the last word of the sentence. How you doing? Do you know what time it is? Is it cold outside? It's not like that. But at some point in the sentence of a question, something goes upward, and that's how we identify. That's our communication, our primitive communication. That's how we identify it as a question. What time is it? What season are we in? Do you know how long this is going to take? Is there a seat over there? So you can hear my voice is modulating. It's going upwards, not necessarily at the end, but at somewhere in the sentence of a question, something heads up, and that's how we know it's a question. A statement, let's just say, comes straight out. This is Local Masters. It's springtime. This is a lesson. Okay, so it comes straight out, and the command, let's say, goes downward. Now again, a command is not yelling. A command is, enjoy your day. Have a nice holiday. Please take a seat. Can you turn to page 24? So you can tell, usually at the end of that sentence, something heads downward. Now, I don't want you to worry too much about doing these actions with your mouth, going up, going straight, going down. You don't have to, because it comes naturally when you know the language, okay? So if you're fluent in English, you're already doing this. So that's basically the first aspect of inflection. There's the question, right? There's the statement, and there's the command you must know. So those are the three kinds of sentences that we have, and every speech is a mix of them. There tend to be less questions in official speaking. However, there's a lot of questions in advertising, in casual speeches, in fun things, that sort of thing. Okay, so that's the first aspect of intonation. The second aspect is sort of the emotional intent behind the words. Okay, now one of the examples I like to use with my students, okay, nice shirt. 2 words, nice shirt. They don't change, okay? Now, if I saw you and thought your shirt was awesome, I'd say, hey, nice shirt. How would I be if I said, nice shirt? What would that mean? Or if I said, nice shirt? You know, so same 2 words, but I just said it in 3 different ways. So that's the second aspect of inflection, is the meaning. It's the message that you're trying to convey behind the words. So if I legit dig your shirt, I'll say, hey, nice shirt. If I think your shirt looks ridiculous and I'm being sarcastic, nice shirt. If I'm flirting with you, nice shirt. So 3 different meanings, the words don't change. Let's say, here, what a great day. Okay, 4 words, they don't change at all. Let's say I woke up and I found out that I won the lottery, and then I got a raise at work, and my boss said, wow, you're awesome. Let's give you a promotion. You're now the regional vice president. And then later that day, I won a new car. As I would say, what a great day. However, if I woke up late and I got a flat tire on the highway and it started to rain and I don't have an umbrella and my boss is texting me furious because I'm late, I could still say what a great day, but I wouldn't say what a great day. I'd be like, oh, what a great day. So I'm being ironic, I'm being angry, I'm being sarcastic. So the words don't change, but the meaning does. So how does this apply to your question concerning the tone of voice to keep? Okay, so avoid monotony, not too much modulation. It depends on the environment. It depends on different settings. So we are speaking with people at a human level, okay? We have to make them understand what we are saying, and we have to make them buy into it. So we speak to them like the friends they are, the wedding guests they are, the birthday party guests they are, the room of angry shareholders that they are, the board that we're trying to sell an idea to, the sales team that we're trying to boost and encourage, the boss offering a promotion and he's giving you a shot, that sort of thing. So it depends on your setting. The tone of voice, don't be too loud, don't scream, never scream and never whisper. Basically just keep the modulation professional, or semi-professional, even when you're in public at a very casual affair, you still have to be presentable and understandable. Okay, so there. Yeah, that's
Yeah, appreciate
okay.
that.
Awesome. My pleasure.